Hi everybody, this is my 29 miscellaneous tank, and tonight we're going to be having a look at my red blue Columbian tetras. I had 5 of them in the tank, and it now appears that there's only 4, so I may have lost one at some point over the last year or so that I've had them in here. But I had a viewer ask me about them today and whether or not I liked them. And I've never really talked about these fish since I've gotten them, and I have to say I like them quite a lot. They are very attractive, they are nice and active, they don't get too big, so this 29-gallon tank is plenty big enough for them. As far as water parameters and all that stuff, I honestly do not know what the books, as it were, would call for. My water is fairly soft. It's usually either slightly acidic or neutral. This tank actually has nitrate that would be off the charts, you know, in the red, and they've always been fine in here. And I can't really say anything else, you know, temperature-wise, mid to upper 70s, you know, typical tank conditions. There's nothing really particularly special about them. Anywhere where you would think of like a black skirt tetra being in there, which I actually have black skirt tetras in here, would be fine water conditions. They would go in there just as well. Now, the big concern that most people usually have when they're looking at a fish like any of the tetra species really is, are they fin nippers? And that's a good question to ask about tetras. They are actually related to piranhas, so a lot of them can be fin nippers. And I'm going to say no, they are not, because I've got them in a tank with this angelfish, and I had another angelfish in here previously, and this angelfish has gone from about the size of a quarter to as big as we see it now. Let me see if we can get that to come over here into the center of the tank. If it thinks I'm throwing food in, it might come over. Of course, it's probably smart enough to know I'm not really throwing food in, and it's not going to come over. Let me put you on pause here for half a second, and we'll throw a little pinch of food in there. Alright, this should bring him over. Works like a charm. So now you get a little better look at how flowing and long the fins on that angelfish are. And I got the long-finned guppies in there. I've also got the long-finned black skirt tetras. And these red-blue Columbian tetras don't ever seem to bother any of them. So fin nipping is not something I'd be concerned about. Activity level is about what you see. They are definitely, again, you know, if you've got any kind of experience with black skirt tetras, and I kind of use them as my go-to fish because they're very common, and a lot of people have them or have had them at some point. So if you've got any experience with the black skirt tetras, you can just kind of think of them as being almost different colored versions of them. They're very, very similar in their size and their behavior, their water conditions. They don't need any special diet that I can tell or anything else. And all in all, I would definitely recommend them. I think they're beautiful tanks. I mean, beautiful fish. They add a nice little splash of color to your tank. I love that red, and I love the blue. Any kind of blue on a fish is always pretty because that's just such an unusual color in nature. So seeing that vibrant blue with the red contrast on the fins like that is really attractive. So I recommend them. I would definitely suggest getting them if you're on the fence or thinking about it. If you got room for them, they will be good fish. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for watching this one. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget, I have memberships available now, and I will be doing more live streams in the near future. So if you're subscribed and you've got that notification bell rung, you won't miss any live streams. Right now, the live streams are kind of hit or miss. I do them when I feel like it, but we are working on maybe getting something a little more regular and a little more scheduled. So again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss any of those developments as they happen. So I will say thanks again for watching this one. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.